It is one of the deadliest maritime disasters along the West Coast. At least 325 people were killed when two ships collided in the winter of 1875. After announcing the discovery of the steamship Pacific last December, a Seattle crew is now preparing for a series of dives to recover some of the ship's history, along with some of its gold. The thing about embarking on a new adventure is you never quite know what to expect.
She's wet.
With the wreck of the Pacific located more than 1,000 feet down, now comes the real challenge.
Our next step is totally different because now we have to worry about detecting metal and we have to worry about recovering these different sized objects. You can see the camera right here.
Sarah Haberstock leads the team running the ROVs. Those are remotely operated vehicles. They're currently building 3 bigger ones to handle the harsh ocean conditions and the heavy lifting.
So you have to have a robot that can do, instead of just 3 functions, it has to be able to do 20 functions.
Well, I'm 7 meters off the bottom. I'm still going down.
Today on Puget Sound, they're fighting through a couple of issues: current and boat swing, because they're anchored, making it difficult to navigate.
We're gonna have to redeploy.
Plans for a new guidance system and larger ROVs should fix that problem before they head out on the ocean later this summer to begin the search for treasure. Rockfish CEO Jeff Hummel and his team have done extensive research on the SS Pacific's West Coast runs between San Francisco and Victoria, BC. He believes there were a lot more people on board that night than the official estimate, many of them prospectors.
There was probably 50 to 100 people who actually had gold on their person in substantial quantities. And so when they ended up in the water, they had to decide, am I going to sink to the bottom or am I going to let go of my gold? And I think the obvious conclusion is they would let go of their gold. So what we've done here is we've made up what are called pokes of gold, and it kind of looks like a tube sock. This is what a miner would have. This would have been a little higher than average wage. Average wage per miner was about $1,500. So this here is $1,875, is $2,100, and in today's dollars, that's $234,000.
An article in the Daily British Colonist newspaper dated November 9th, 1875, shows the bank's haul estimated at nearly $79,000, with the miners carrying another $100,000 in gold. It would be worth at least $17 million today. The lead and tungsten in these pokes or pouches are non-ferrous like gold, so if the metal detector on the ROV can detect these on the bottom, it can detect gold at the Pacific wreck.
1, 2, 3.
But gold is only half the prize.
We expect to find items made of wool, items made of cotton, items made of leather, personal photographs, all sorts of stuff. It's our responsibility to, preserve those and, put them on display so people can enjoy this incredible time capsule to a very specific moment of our Northwest history. Is it backwards?
No, that's right. Wait, what the heck?
No, it's backwards.
It is backwards.
Yeah, okay.
First, a few bugs to work out.
So you're headed, I think, away from the boat.
Oh, okay.
If they can't find a poke of lead in less than 100 feet of water, how will they find gold more than 1,000 feet down, buried in mud? It's a problem the team is confident they can solve by summer, when the Pacific hopefully gives up some of her secrets. So the other major undertaking will be pulling one of the steamship's paddle wheels out of the mud and then floating all 40,000 pounds of that to the surface. This is something that's 24 feet across, and it's way down there. The steamship in particular, a lot of them you think of the old riverboats that had the big paddle in the back. This one had one on either side, and they found both of them. They can see the depressions in the mud there. It's just getting them to the surface, and then once you do, they're going to need a bigger boat, probably a barge, and they have to have a plan. Well, they already kind of have a plan for when they do get it to the surface.
And the best of technology that needs to work when they need it to.
Right, and that's probably still a few years out, but they'll get there.
It's fascinating.
A lot lies ahead for them.
Just wonder what they're going to find down there.